Most agencies fail to scale to over 30K a month because you're using outdated cold outreach methods that are attracting low quality clients that are not prepared to buy from you. In this video, I'm going to share the exact strategy that you can use to set up meta ad campaigns to get high, attractive, premium clients for your agency service who are ready to buy for you and have the money to invest. This is the exact strategy that we use to go from 30K a month to over 150K a month USD by just using the simple ad strategy that I'm going to show you in this video. I'm Parker, I'm the COO at a 7-figure agency where we have over 100 active clients, and I've personally managed over $1 million in meta ad spend for agency growth in the past couple of years. By the end of this video, you are going to have a high value meta ad strategy that is going to attract consistent high premium clients to your pipeline every single month. So pay attention. So in this video, I'm going to go over our $1 million lead gen meta ad strategy. And this is what transformed our agency from before in 2022 doing 30K a month in revenue with a 3-month client retention, 80+ hours grinding consistently, and constant sales pressure on our team. It was absolute chaos. And now 2.5 years later, 150K a month USD in revenue, 10+ month client retention, over 100 active clients, and we are now a 7-figure agency where we've crossed over that $1 million mark. Now, this took us 2.5 years. My goal for you is to share this strategy, go through all the trials and tribulations that we went through, skip through that, and just have the strategy in place that you can copy within your agency right now. For proof, this is one of our screenshots from February where we had a 35x ROAS on this exact ad strategy. This was our 2nd month of running the ads. 216K in Canadian dollars in revenue, which is over 150K USD. And since then, we have been able to consistently use this strategy to hit these numbers month over month. Before I dive into the strategy, I want to go over why 90% of agencies never break over 75K, and in your case, maybe even 30K. And the reason is because you're in the death spiral. You get cheap leads, cheap clients, quick churn, desperate sales, and cheaper leads. Now, this is all doing cold outreach. You're sending out cold emails, you're cold calling, you're DMing on Instagram and LinkedIn, and you're just getting cheap clients. So with your current method, you're getting $5 cost per leads, sweet, 100 leads, $500 in spend. It might even be cheaper if you're doing cold acquisition. 90% are unqualified, so you have 10 real prospects, 3-month retention most likely, constant churn, and you're just in a constant hamster wheel of chaos and unqualified leads. This is the average agency approach that I see. You have a $2,000 average client value, you have 3-month retention, $6,000 lifetime value for that client. So you need 15+ new clients monthly to even hit 30K or 40K. 80% of your time is spent on sales calls. Now, what we do in our premium approach is that we have $7,000 average client value for a 10-month retention. That's 70K in lifetime value. Now we only need 3 to 4 new clients monthly to hit even 75K. So if we were hitting 5 to 10 clients on a good sales month, we are scaling to the absolute fucking moon. And the best part is now 30% of our time is only spent on sales calls because we have the funnel in place. We're pre-qualifying, pre-setting all these leads that are coming to our system. So we're only taking sales calls with people that are ready to buy. Now, this may sound too good to be true, but I can tell you it is not, because again, we went through 2.5 years of trial and error to be able to figure this out for our agency. We have completely flipped the script. We have premium positioning that attracts premium clients who pay more and stay longer. Same ad spend, but 10 times better business. It is way better to pay $50 for a lead that becomes a $50,000 client than $5 for a lead that wastes your time and churns in 90 days and only puts stress on your team. So let's dive into actually how you can replicate this strategy into your agency to get these results that I'm going over. Now let's dive into one of the most important parts, which is defining your direct ICP. There's too many agencies that you can see here that offer, we help all businesses, all home service-based businesses. They have way too much broad targeting, generic messaging on their advertisements. They're competing on price with other agencies because they're not authority in that market. And they're also attracting bargain hunters that just want the cheapest price possible. They want pay for appointment. They want cheap monthly retainers. And that is not what you want when running an ad. Since you're spending money on ads, you want to be able to attract the highest quality people. And this is how we go from we help X industry only, for us real estate agents, laser focused targeting, ICP specific messaging, so hitting on pain points of your direct ICP, competing on expertise. So this way we're not competing with 100 different agencies. Maybe there's 5 other agencies in our niche that are actually running ads. So this way it gives us a huge advantage. and we're attracting premium clients. So how do you find your direct ICP? Well, I have a handy dandy sheet here that I will put in the description of this video. All you have to do is click on the description of this video and you can just fill out all of these questions that we have here. So customer clarity, pain and desire, transformation and proof, mechanism, offer and structure. Fill out all of these questions. You can use AI to help you of really how to fill this out, and it's going to give you a really good summary of who your ICP is, what their pain points is, and this is going to give you all the information you need to make the best creatives and the best campaign to actually attract premium clients. So that is step one. Just make sure to figure out who your ICP is, who you're targeting after, what niche you're in, what market you're in. That is step one for all of the advertising that we're going to be going into in this video. Now, step two, this is the actual campaign structure of this meta ad strategy that you can use to attract premium clients and scale to 100K a month, 200K a month, whatever, depends on your ad budget. So now that you know who you're targeting, here's exactly how to reach them. This is a little screenshot of one of our ads manager, and as you can see here, this one campaign has brought in over 552 leads, and these are direct book a call leads. They're not just instant form. These are people actually looking to book a call for a $17 cost per lead. That is insane. CBO, ABOs, we use them all, and I'm going to dive into that right here. So the campaign objective is obviously lead generation. The budget I do recommend is between $100 to $300 a day if you really want to see good results. You can get away with spending $50 a day if you really want, but it's just going to take longer to actually get the results that you're looking for. You can use it to test creatives, that's fine, but typically $100 to $300 a day is the perfect budget range that you'll be wanting to use. The structure of this campaign strategy is using ABO campaigns, so ad budget optimization for manual control, and these are testing on new ads. And then we also have a CBO campaign, so campaign budget optimization, and this is to actually scale the winning ads that you're testing in the ABO campaign. So I'll show you what this actually looks like. So this is the exact campaign structure for ABOs, where you have obviously one campaign at the very top, and then you want to split it off into multiple different ad sets. So what I like to do is have ad set one, a different marketing angle, like some type of pain point. Ad set two, different marketing angle with the result, proof angle. You can have a client testimonial in there. Ad set three, authority angle. So who you are in the market, what results you've done, how you position yourself as the experts in your niche. Ad set four, exclusivity angle. So very niche down on your ICP, call it out in the hook of who you're actually targeting to and what makes them exclusive for your service. Now, you can play around with the different marketing angles. The whole point is that you want to just have at least 4 to 5 different ad sets where you're testing different marketing angles. Now, under each ad set, you only want one creative. You don't want to have one ad set and 4 different creatives in that one ad set. This is because we're using this campaign to have different budgets per ad set, so we can manually test. We have $10 a day on each ad set. It's spending. We can see one of them's getting a very high cost per lead, one of them's getting a cheaper cost per lead. So that way we pause the high cost per lead ad set, divert the budget to the one that's winning, and keep on scaling that way by duplicating. So you only want one creative for each ad set in this campaign. And for each creative, you want to be using the exact same ad copy and the exact same headline, because again, we are split testing. You only want to test one thing at a time. And in this case, with this campaign, all we're testing is the marketing angle on the different creatives for each ad set. Don't overcomplicate it. This is the exact campaign structure that we use to scale to the months that we're doing now. Now, the second campaign, which can come later on, maybe after a month or 2 months of running that ABO campaign, once you have data of winning ads and you know for a fact there are winning ads, then you can move them into a CBO campaign. So this campaign structure is one campaign, only one ad set, and multiple ads underneath that ad set. I would recommend at least $100 budget for the entire campaign. And in the ad set itself, you're going to be doing Advantage Plus audiences and Advantage Plus placements. There is no targeting involved in a CBO campaign for the scale. Same thing with ABO, by the way. You just want to be using Advantage Plus audiences. The algorithm is so good nowadays with Facebook, where as long as your creative is calling out who you're targeting, you don't need to do any detailed interest or targeting, anything like that. But back to the CBO campaign. So yes, just one campaign, one ad set, multiple creatives underneath that one ad set, and you have to let it cook. Don't shut it off too soon, as it takes time to optimize for each ad. We spent for like 2 weeks straight and the cost per lead was insanely high. We just let it keep spending, let it test all the different ads that we have underneath the ad set, and eventually started cooking, and now it's our best campaign yet to actually scale. Now, the KPIs that you want to watch out for is cost per lead, hook rate, frequency, and your link click-through rate. These are your most important metrics. All the other metrics are pretty much just vanity. They don't really matter in terms of conversions and converting leads. Now, obviously, you want to figure out your target cost per lead. Many people just want to get the cheapest cost per lead possible. That is not a smart strategy because you may be attracting just shitty, low quality leads, but you're like, oh wow, we have a $5 cost per lead and they're filling up the pipeline. It's taking time for you guys to actually qualify and set these people. It's taking time away from actually finding the more premium and attractive clients. So you want to find your target cost per lead. And to do that, I have a little formula here that you can use. So you want to take your ad budget and divide it by your target monthly income. So if you want to do 30K a month, 100K a month, you put that on the baseline, divided by your average deal value that you have, that you close from a client, whether it's an MRR or it's pay in full. Your close rates, so if you have a 20% close rate, you put it in there. Your show up rate to the actual appointments that you do get currently, and then your lead to call rate. So what percentage of leads actually turn into booked calls? Now, obviously you're gonna have, if you've never done meta ads before, you just have to go with the flow and aim for a cheaper cost per lead. But once you actually have data built up after a month, or if you've ran ads in the past, then you can use all this data to find your target cost per lead that you need to hit your target monthly income. Use this formula, and that way you know exactly what to look for when you're checking your ads and making sure you're making the right decision. Now, that's the campaign structure that you need to set up. As you continue, and obviously you want to scale, if you're spending $100 a day, you want to eventually be spending $10,000 a day and just increasing your revenue as much as possible, as long as you don't break the backend system. And to actually scale your ads, this is how you do it. For the ABO campaign, you want to duplicate horizontally. So this means if you have an ad set that is working, like we have here, let's say the pain point angle ad set is working really, really well. All the other ones are kind of just shitty. They're spending, not getting them any conversions. Then what you would do is duplicate this ad set, and you would have something slightly different. So whether it's you change just the ad copy on the creative, whether it's you change the headline, whether it's you start testing around with a couple of different more audiences and age ranges or gender or placements, then you can start split testing around with it. And that way, if it's a $20 ad spend in this ad set, you duplicate it, now it's $40 a day. With the same creative angle running, you just have a different ad set. So you can do that. And then also recommend every 24 hours, not any less than 24 hours, every 24 hours, if something's working, up the budget by 20% on the ad budget. So if it's spending $10 a day, up it to $12 a day the next day, and then another 20%, another 20%. Keep on doing this until you see the cost per lead start rising, and this means you kind of crash the ad, and you can start bringing it back down. So decrease by 20%, decrease to it by 20%, and this is how you make ads consistent. Because a big issue that we had at the start is we were having a winning ad, it was crushing it for an entire month. We weren't incrementally scaling or bringing it back down. We just set the ad budget, it was spending. It eventually crashed. We had no more winning ads to duplicate or to test, and everything went to shit. So I definitely recommend using that strategy for the ABO campaign to slowly, incrementally scale it up. Now for the CBO campaign, you want to incrementally scale it by 20% of the budget every 48 hours. So yeah, not 24 hours, 48 hours. So if your budget's at $100 a day, wait 48 hours. If it's still performing with a good cost per lead, still working well, then you can scale the budget by 20%, put it to $120 a day, keep on repeating that process. And that is actually how you scale the ads. It's not very complicated. You just have to make sure you're constantly testing new angles. 80% of your budget should be going towards winning ads. That's already working. 20% of your ad budget should be spending on testing new ads. Now, let me dive into that. Now, let's dive into the ad creative and how you can start testing those. So this is step 3, the creative and testing strategy. This is also extremely important because now with Facebook's new algorithm in 2025, they really focus on testing new creatives as much as possible. So ad style 1 is usually authority videos. This is what works best for us, where you address their specific pain points in the video, use their industry language, show relevant case studies, and position as their specialists in the industry. Again, not broad. For us, we are the real estate marketing experts, and that is how we position ourselves in our videos. Ad style 2 can be premium images, so industry-specific case studies, before and after transformations, social proof from similar clients, and results they actually care about. Image ads are a little bit more tough to actually convert on the back end, but sometimes they do work, and every top marketer in the industry is still using image ads, including us. The biggest thing to note here is to not be afraid to be unique, but also use the golden wheel method. So this means not reinventing the wheel, but taking a look at what's working in the market for your industry and recycling it. So whether you find a good winning ad that's in your industry, attracting the same goals, you would just spin up the hook, put it into your own inspiration in your own way, and that would be a winning video ad, instead of just coming up with a new idea that you wrote down on a note paper and tried to run it and you're surprised of why it didn't work. So do market research on Meta Ads Library or use paid ad spy tools to see what hooks, angles are working for your niche. This will be very different for each niche. It's going to be different from real estate to HVAC to e-com, whatever you're doing, it's going to be very, very different. So I can't give you specific ad styles. You just have to go out there, do your market research, see what's working, and spin it up in your own way. Another thing is, when you're on the Meta Ads Library, you're looking for ads, doing market research, you want to look for ads that have been running for a long time. So if you see an ad running for 6 months, most likely the ad is working very, very well, because why would you be spending on an ad for 6 months if it wasn't converting? So again, use this Meta Ads Library. This is all you need. Again, if you want to invest in paid ads tools, you definitely can, but this is all I use to find market research for our competitors, to see what's working in the market. So definitely use this website. Now, these are some example creatives that I've seen or that we are using that are converting very well. So this one's a very raw testimonial video. We got a client to shoot a testimonial video of him in the car talking about the service, his experience, the results he's gotten from it. That one converts really well because it builds so much authority and trust for our service. You can see Charlie Morgan here. He's running a bunch of image ads. This is one that he has promoting a lead magnet. You can see the image looks really nice, super clean, very direct with the offer. This is one that's working very well for us again. So this is Carter, the founder of the agency. He's using a very authority strong hook on an ad addressing a specific pain point, and we have the ad copy targeting our specific ICP as well, and with a strong headline. So when you're testing these ads, you want to be testing at least 4 to 5 new creatives every single week. No excuses at all. You should just be constantly testing, because again, with the new update with Meta, this is what they're looking for. You want to watch for hook rates on the videos. So this is the rate of how many people are going through the first 5 seconds of the video. This shows you what hooks are working and are attracting people, and then you can figure out the rest and start split testing those different hooks. Make new versions of winning ads. So if you have an ad that pops off, create a new hook for it, create different editing styles, remake it in a different environment. Just make iterations of winning ads. That's huge. Try new angles consistently. So again, 20% of your budget should be trying new angles, marketing angles for your industry. So definitely keep on trying that. A/B split testing one section at a time. Like I mentioned, if you want to split test the hook, if you want to split test the call to action, make sure you're only doing one at a time and not a whole direct new video for any winning ads. And if you're running an agency, definitely recommend just using a book a call funnel. So the whole call to action is to book a discovery call, or you can do a lead magnet like Charlie Morgan is using of a lead magnet. But I would definitely recommend having a setter if you're going to go that direction. I would just recommend a full book a call funnel where people are booking in a call on your calendar, and that is the way to do it. I'll dive into that in the next section. So the whole rule here for your creative testing is that generic messaging equals generic clients, ICP messaging equals premium clients. So focus on the pain points for your ICP in these videos and do your market research to see what is working in the market. Okay, step 5 and the last step of this meta ad strategy is the premium qualification funnel. So now that you have your campaign structure set up, now you know which ads to run and to start testing in that campaign. Now, where do you send these leads? Do you send them to an instant form? Fuck no, you don't send them to an instant form, because instant forms attract low quality people, and it's very hard to convert them on the back end because they're most likely not going to book at a call. You have to spam call them, spam text them to try to get on a call, and it's a chaos mess. So this is what separates $2,000 clients from $20,000 clients, is your funnel on the back end. So again, stop using Facebook instant forms if you don't have a setter. Keep the landing page that you build out super simple, all built through either Go High Level, ClickFunnels, or another very simplified landing page builder. You do not want a complex website for your ad, because complexity equals friction. I also do highly recommend VSLs if you are going to run ads to get clients for your agency, because VSLs can kind of pre-qualify people, preset them so they're more excited and anticipated for actually to speak with you and learn more about the service. Without VSLs, I find there's a lot more confusion on sales calls, and it takes a lot more sales skills to actually convert these people. Whereas if you have a VSL that explains your entire service, goes over pain points, goes over who your direct ICP is and who should not sign up to the service, and make things a lot better. So I'm going to go over 2 example landing pages right here to kind of give you an example of what I'm talking about. So this is the first example landing page. Obviously, this is ours. So here at the very top, as you can see, we're calling out our direct ICP, which is real estate agents that have done 6+ deals in the past 12 months. Very strong headline of "We guarantee closed deals or you don't pay." Again, I wouldn't copy this, but this is just a good example of what you can do. We have a strong VSL here that has really nice branding, goes over all the objections that we usually get in the sales calls. We have the direct calendar link. So again, we just don't want to collect their contact information and try to set them on a call afterwards. The main call to action should be to set up a call on the calendar. So if someone goes in and tries to set up a time, we have pre-qualifying questions like how many deals they're doing, how much they can invest in the service that makes sense. Again, these are all really helpful for the sales side. Then a bunch of testimonials in the bottom of the page. Super simple structure, doesn't look too fancy, and this is what works and converts the best for ads on Facebook. Second example is my boy Jonas. Same structure, calling out the ICP at the top, have a strong headline of exactly what the offer is, has a VSL, step 1 to 2 to watch the video, again, goes over all the objections and what the service is. Step 2, direct book a call funnel. And it's the exact same structure, and if you click on the biggest people in the game, you're probably going to notice a very similar structure, because this is just what works with meta ads. So you don't need any complex funnels or websites that you build out. Just keep it simple, frictionless, because complexity again equals friction. Now, the qualifying questions you want on the page has something to do like what's your monthly revenue, what industry are they in, what's their biggest growth challenges, what's your budget for solving the issues they're having, timeline for implementation, and who makes the final decisions. Again, we don't have this many qualified questions on our landing page, but you can ask this if you are dealing with a quality issue on your sales calls, because the whole goal is to filter out tire kickers before they waste your time. Booking page elements. So again, you just want a calendar integration, pre-call questionnaire, preparation requirements, so that can all be in the VSL, and then clear expectations again in the VSL. Now the second step is once they actually book a call, because that's for sure going to make them book a call. Now on the thank you page, you want to again preset objections. So this is our landing page here. We have congrats, your call is booked for your discovery call. Please watch this video below in full. It's a secondary VSL that basically is our sales call that goes over exactly what we do and how we do it. It's a full 20-minute video. We make sure they add the event to their calendar, so this helps with our show up rate, and they also understand versatile lead gen better. So we have a huge FAQ section here, kind of goes over exactly what we do, and even more testimonials on the thank you page. This thank you page alone helps our close rate increase by 20% and helps our show up rate be 65+ consistently through our ads, because we have this funnel set up. If we were just using instant forms, our ads probably wouldn't even work. We're just bringing in shitty quality people, no idea what we do, they don't have any testimonials, it takes way more work on the sales side. So your funnel is very important. Now that 5-step process is all you need to go from 10, 15, 30K a month all the way to 100K plus month if you have the right systems on the back end where you won't break if you bring in a lot of leads or clients, because this strategy alone is going to bring you so many damn clients. Now what do you do next? Since you have this all set up, what do you do next? Now you scale that motherfucker. Now we reinvest back into more ad spend and use the scaling strat. Obviously, track all your metrics, track your ROAS and how much profit you're getting from the ads every single month, so you know how much more to invest for the second month to actually scale up. Start experimenting with new funnels once everything is working well. So even for the landing pages I just showed you, start split testing, go high level of like different headlines, different VSL, just see your opt-in rate and always try to incrementally increase that. Double down on more creative testing like we already talked about. Split test even more different funnels, for example, like adding in a lead magnet funnel, or adding in different kinds of messaging angles, split testing more funnels. So again, if you're doing a book a call funnel, you can try running a lead magnet funnel if you do have a setter, see how that works, but definitely stick to your main funnel for the most part. And that is really it. And that's all you need. Everybody makes very complex campaign structures, but I swear if you simplify everything, just focus on creative testing and the funnels and pre-setting people before the sales calls, you're going to scale to the highest amounts that you want to. Now, all I ask for you in return for giving all this value that we've learned for the 2.5 years is to please just like and subscribe this video. I want to give us as much value as possible to you guys. I just need to make sure you guys are enjoying it. So please like and subscribe on this video and comment down below the next video idea I should talk about to help scale your agency. Again, appreciate all you guys. I know this is a long one, but I hope you got so much value out of it, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.